Hi, this is a webinar on the widgets available in the Reports tool for the ThinkWave system. In this video, we'll be looking at all the features available in the Table widget. This is the most versatile of widgets. It will allow you to create most of the data you'll need for your custom reports. We go more into how to apply these widgets to a full report in another video. Since we will need to preview the widget as we adjust the look of it, we'll need to create a report to save the widget to. Click Add Report at the top left. And let's call this Demo. And organize as one student per page. The layout is divided into 12 segments, but for this, we'll use it as a quick reference. So make it 12/12ths for the row, and for the cell, 12. You'll have to make the other cell 0, which will prompt you to delete it. Then click Save. Now we'll go to the Widget subtab. Here we enter the name. For example, we'll create a header for the class grades. This would automatically show the term names and allow us to have the grades displayed below it. So we'll call it Class Grades Header. And here you enter the type of widget. For this, we'll select the table. And here is where you save the widget. Then click Save. Here at the top, we have all the settings for how to display the information in the widget. Here we have the Max Columns option. Since the size of the columns is divided into 12 segments, the columns must add up to 12. If, for instance, you need more flexibility in designating the size of each column, here you can select to increase the number of segments, up to 5 times. So for instance, instead of 12 segments, you can select 2 times, and it will multiply the number of segments to 24. Giving you a greater control. For example, we're going to create quite a few columns, so we'll want the largest number of segments available to us. So select 5 times, which will give us 60 segments. Here we can select the number of columns. For this, we're going to want to show all the terms for a report card. So let's go look at the number of terms in the system. To do this, open another tab and log into the ThinkWave system. Then go to the Setup tab and under Schedules, click Terms and Subterms. We'll skip the finals. So we'll have 2 semesters and 4 quarters. So for a total of 6 terms to display. Go back to the widget, and since we want to have a title, let's make it 7 columns. Below here we have the number of rows. The default is set to 4, but we only need 1. Here we have the Skip Rows option. If we are using multiple rows for something, such as a student address, we can select to have the system automatically skip a row if there's no information in the field. This will make more sense when we start inputting information. Here we have the formatting options, and here you can select the default style for the text. You can also select for an individual rows or columns down here. Here you can select the alignment, and here you can select the row height. And here if you want to show a grid. Here it allows you to select wrapping if the text is longer than the column will display. You can select between wrap, do not wrap, or truncate. Here you can select if you want borders for the table. And here you can add padding to the table. Now select Save. Now we have to select the size of each column. Since we have 60 segments, let's select 18 for the first column, which will give us 42 to divide into the 6 different segments. So 7. Select that for each column and save. The system will tell you if your math is off. For the cells, you can either directly enter the data or use a merge function. Merge functions are commands that allow you to automate the data that's displayed in the report. Since this will be a header that would go over a grades table, which would have the class name, then each term. For this first cell, we'll type in course grades with a colon. Then for the rest of the columns, we'll enter a merge function, which will automatically pull up the term name. The instructions for the merge functions can be found here. This gives the definitions for the basic functions. Below here you have the commands, the descriptions, the variables available, and a sample. Since we want to display the term names, and we have them automatically pulled, let's scroll down to Term, and here we have the variables. We'll want to select the term as we generate the report. So go to the sample here and copy and paste this sample line. We're going to need to add _1 to the end of the merge function, but inside the brackets. Then copy and paste the merge function into the rest of the fields, changing the field from 1 to 2, and so on. Now that we have the information in each field, let's preview it. You can see a quick preview by clicking the Preview button at the top right, but it will not have the context of the data that the merge functions are pulling. So go back to the layout at the top. Then put the class grades header into the cell and save. Then let's go back to the other tab in the ThinkWave system and go to the Reports tab. Then under Custom Reports, click Demo. You can see here you'll need to manually select the term associated with the term name in the report. Once you select those, select a student and click Generate. You can see the header here. Now let's go back to the widget page and adjust the look of it. Since it's a header, let's change the background to a shade, so it will stand out more against the rest of the report. Here to the right, you can change the font size for the whole row, but for this case, let's leave that at the default. Next to it, we can select the type of shade we want for the background. Let's select Medium Dark. Now since we'll want to be able to read the text, we'll want to change the text to be inverse. We could select here at the top, or we can select the different sizes for each column here at the bottom. For the first column, let's make it a bit larger than the rest by selecting H1 Inverse. Then for the rest, select H2 Inverse. Select Save and let's preview it. Go back to the report to preview. Click Customize this report at the top left. Then select the student again and click Generate. Now it stands out. You can customize it further, with each column and each row allowing you different formatting options. You can try things out and experiment with different looks. Since you can always go back and change it, you can't really make any mistakes. And the previewing gives you quick reference for how it will look. And this is the basics on the table widget. Our videos on custom transcripts and custom report cards show you how to apply the widgets to the reports. Thanks for watching.